Prime Minister assures builders of reduction in property taxes. Prime Minister Shahid Khaqan Abbasi has said the government will revisit federal taxes on the transfer of properties and bring them at a rational level. In a meeting with a delegation of the Association of Builders and Developers in Islamabad, Mr. Abbasi assured the builders to look into the high-rise ban in Karachi and Islamabad. Construction sector is the backbone of the national economy, which provides jobs to thousands of skilled, semi-skilled and unskilled workforce, he added. He assured Abad of providing all the basic facilities, including water, gas and electricity for the Abad social housing schemes in Islamabad and Karachi and other cities of the country, besides also reducing federal taxes on transfer of properties. No safe havens exist for any terrorist outfit, Prime Minister Shahid Khaqan Abbasi. Prime Minister Shahid Khaqan Abbasi said Pakistan has fought the war on terror with its own resources and there are no safe havens for any terrorist outfit in Pakistan. In an interview, Abbasi said the government has taken a clear and unanimous stance over the US leadership's statements, which has been appreciated and acknowledged by the world. The Premier reiterated that there are no attacks taking place from Pakistan on Afghanistan's soil. He further said Pakistan has deployed over 250,000 troops on its western border and completely dismantled all hideouts of terrorists. Expressing his grief, Chairman Pakistan Interfaith League and CEO HumSub.TV said that such unfortunate events will not cease unless criminals are apprehended and exemplary punishments are awarded. The Punjab government has equal share in such kind of crimes because they intentionally lodge a weak FIR. Firstly, they are unable to arrest the criminals, and secondly, if they are successful in arresting them, they are released on one pretext or the other. Because of this attitude of our police, the suspects believe that the authority cannot harm them in any way. Diatribe against judiciary. Notices to Nawaz Maryam. Lahore High Court on Wednesday issued notices to the federal government and the Pakistan Electronic Media Regulatory Authority and sought a reply for not stopping anti-judiciary speeches by former Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif and his daughter Maryam Nawaz. Amna Malik of the Civil Society Network filed the petition through advocate Azhar Siddiqui, pleading that PMNN President Nawaz Sharif and his daughter Maryam were berating the judges in their public gatherings just as they did in Court Momin. The petitioners' counsel said the court had directed the federal government to implement the Pembroke Code of Conduct in letter and spirit. NAB files corruption reference against Fishermen Cooperative Society and others. National Accountability Bureau filed on Wednesday a corruption reference against two former chairmen of the Fishermen Cooperative Society and others. The then chairman of the FCS, Dr. Nisar Ahmad Jan Memon, alias Nisar Murai, former chairman Abdul Saeed Khan, ex-vice chairman Sultan Qamar Siddiqui, and 10 other officials and contractors have been accused of misusing their authority, embezzlement of funds, illegal appointments, and awarding fake contracts during 2014 and 15, causing a loss of over 340 million rupees to the national exchequer. Sindh High Court restrains police from arresting Zardari's brother-in-law. Sindh High Court on Wednesday restrained the police from arresting former Education Secretary and brother-in-law of PPP co-chairperson Asif Ali Zardari, Fazlullah Picho, in a case pertaining to demanding bribe from a school principal and implicating him in a false case. A division bench of the Sindh High Court was hearing a criminal miscellaneous application filed by Mr. Picho, who is currently being tried in the Provincial Anti-Corruption Court on a complaint of suspended high school principal Mohammad Mithal. The principal had alleged that the former secretary had demanded a bribe for reinstating him. Mr. Picho approached the court after an anti-corruption court issued non-bailable warrant for his arrest. Banned INGOs free to work until final decision is taken, Ahsan Iqbal. Ministry of Interior on Wednesday allowed previously disbarred international non-governmental organizations to keep working until a final decision is taken on their appeals. The directive was issued by Minister for Interior Ahsan Iqbal, keeping in view the operational affairs of the INGOs and country's image at international level. In December 2017, the federal government had ordered 21 foreign-funded groups to wrap up their activities and prepare to leave after they failed to re-register under the tougher regulations introduced 2 years ago. Property of fugitive Indira Ismail Khan girl stripping case being attached, Peshawar High Court was told. The police have initiated the process to attach the immovable property of the absconding prime accused in the recent Dera Ismail Khan girl stripping case, the Peshawar High Court was told. A teenage girl was paraded naked in her Dera Ismail Khan village in October 2017. In the case progress report submitted to the High Court, the Office Provincial Inspector General of Police said 8 of the 9 accused had been arrested, while one accused, Sajawal, was at large, for whose arrest hectic efforts were underway. Incessant raids are being conducted on the suspected abodes of absconding accused. 2 cases wide FIR number 212 and 213 dated November 3, 2017 under Section 212 PPC have been registered against facilitators of the absconding accused. Proceedings under Section 88 of the CRPC for attachment of the immovable property measuring 138 canals has been initiated and submitted before the Court of Judicial Magistrate. A Peshawar High Court bench comprising Chief Justice Yahya Afridi and Justice Syed Afsar Shah had on November 22nd disposed of a petition filed by the alleged victim asking the IGP to submit progress report of the investigation to the director of the court's Human Rights Cell for the Chief Justice's examination. Trump says US could conceivably return to Paris climate deal. President Donald Trump on Wednesday said the United States could conceivably return to the Paris Climate Accord, although he stopped short of signaling any move in that direction. Frankly, it's an agreement that I have no problem with, but I had a problem with the agreement that they signed because, as usual, they made a bad deal. So we can conceivably go back in, added the president, who announced his intention to pull out of the 2015 Accord on curbing global warming emissions last June. United States updates threat assessment for Pakistan, other countries. US State Department on Wednesday issued 4 new levels of threat assessments for its citizens, from normal precautions to no travel, but kept Pakistan in the 3rd category of reconsider travel. Balochistan, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and the federally administered tribal areas are placed in the do not travel category due to terrorism. Azad Jammu and Kashmir is also listed in this category due to terrorism and the potential for armed conflict. Under the new system, every country has a travel advisory and is placed in one of these 4 categories. India is in level 2, where US citizens are required to exercise increased caution due to crime and terrorism. But Indian-held Kashmir, except the eastern Ladakh region and its capital Leh, is categorized as a do not travel area due to terrorism and civil unrest, as are the areas within 10 kilometers of the Indian-Pakistan border due to the potential armed conflict. South Korea's President Moon Jae says Trump deserves big credit for North Korea talks. The talks were held on Wednesday on the South Korean side of the demilitarized zone, which has divided the 2 Koreas since 1953 after a prolonged period of tension on the Korean peninsula over the North's missile and nuclear programs. North Korea ramped up its missile launches last year and also conducted its 6th and most powerful nuclear test, resulting in some of the strongest international sanctions yet. Economic fear over US aid freeze dismissed. Washington's freeze on billions in military assistance to Pakistan will have limited impact thanks to its friendship with China and diminishing importance of aid to the economy, observers say, but there could be trouble if the US calls in its debts. Exasperated by what it considers Islamabad's neglect in cracking down on militancy, Donald Trump's administration last week announced a suspension of the aid, which also goes towards Afghanistan coalition funding. Myanmar military chief admits to murder of Rohingya Muslims. Myanmar's military chief has admitted that soldiers murdered 10 captured Rohingya Muslims, who it claims were terrorists, during insurgent attacks at the beginning of September, after local Buddhist villagers had forced the men into a grave they had dug. Villagers and members of the security forces have confessed that they committed murder, the military said in a statement. It was a rare admission of wrongdoing by the Myanmar military during its operations in the western state of Rakhine. Economic growth to pick up pace in Pakistan, says World Bank. World Bank says that economic growth in Pakistan is forecast to increase to 5.5% in the fiscal year 2017-18 and reach an average of 5.9% over the medium term on the back of continued robust domestic consumption, rising investment and a recovery in exports. However, the main risks to the outlook are domestic, including fiscal slippages, increasing liabilities related to infrastructure projects, slippages relating to upcoming general elections, and weak tax revenues that can derail fiscal consolidation efforts, warns the Global Economic Prospects report published by the bank on Wednesday. Sports. Haris Sohail included in 15-member squad for upcoming New Zealand T20 series. National Selection Committee on Wednesday announced the squad for the upcoming T20 series against New Zealand. The squad does not include Imad Wasim, who is recovering from a knee injury, Chief Selector Inzamamul Haq said. Sohaib Maqsood was not considered for selection due to back injury and he will undergo rehabilitation, he added. Middle order batsman Haris Sohail and opener Ahmad Shahzad have both made the cut for the 3-match T20 series. Weather forecast for next 24 hours. Mainly partly cloudy and dry cold weather is expected in most parts of the country, while very cold weather in northern areas including Quetta Division. Foggy conditions are likely to prevail over plain areas of Punjab and Upper Sindh during night and morning hours.
Please subscribe to HumSub.TV and hit the notification icon on the screen to get the latest updates of our channel. Thank you for watching HumSub.TV.